second variations, right? When we don't have a single zero in any of the row. Did we solve some questions on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think you're comfortable with those type of questions now. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I think we have two last set of questions left in assignment problem. I think the one is the maximization case problem and other one is the traveling salesman problem. Before that, I just want to take one question on unbalanced problem and then we'll start with the maximization case. Okay, so let me take one question on unbalanced problem because we have not solved any questions on that, and then we can start with the other method. Okay, so let me start with the first question. So the question is like this. There are totally 4 jobs given to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and totally there are 5 machines. The machines are A, B, C, D, and 5 machines are there. The values are 4, 10, 4 and 8, 3, 12, 3 and 7. And the machine C is 6, 11, 2 and 6. D 2, 14, 1, 9. And E is 7, 16, 5 and 6. Now this is the question. Now you're supposed to calculate the minimum assignment cost for this particular problem. Okay. So by looking at this question, what is the first impression you'll be getting? What is the first impression or what is your first take? Hello?
Unbalanced problem.
Balanced.
So the
Unbalanced
question is
problem.
an unbalanced problem because the number of rows assignment problem. But here you could see that the number of rows happens to be less than number of columns. Okay. So whenever you have an unbalanced assignment problem, how do we convert an unbalanced assignment problem to balanced assignment problem? So there is a very simple procedure. We are supposed to introduce a dummy row or a dummy column depending upon the question. And please remember, only addition is permitted here. We are not supposed to remove or eliminate any row or column. If you look at the total number of rows, it is 4 and the total number of columns is 5. And therefore, you could see that there is a deficit in the number of rows. Therefore, an additional row has to be introduced or added so as to make it balanced. So can you please tell me, whenever I'm introducing an additional row or a column, what do you call that particular row or column as?
Dummy row or dummy column.
Very good. So it is either called as dummy row or dummy column. And what are the elements to be introduced in dummy row or column?
Only 0, sir.
0, sir.
Only zeros have to be introduced whenever you are placing a dummy row or dummy column. So I'll directly write the values in the same question so that we'll continue here. You can see that the 5th row is to be a dummy row in order to make it balanced. So I'm introducing a dummy row called 5 and all the values of the row happens to be 0. Now you could see that the problem has become balanced assignment problem. There could be 2 possibilities. Either you may have to introduce a dummy row or it can be a dummy column. Depending on the question, you can take a call. Suppose if this question 5 rows and 4 columns were there, then I should have introduced the 5th column with all the values of dummy. These are the only 2 possibilities as far as unbalanced problem is concerned. Okay. Rest all is exactly same as the previous method or previous procedure. There is no other difference at all. The only thing that we are supposed to do is introduction of dummy row or dummy column, and all other things will solve exactly. Okay. I want you to please help me in solving this problem so that we'll quickly solve the question. Okay. Step number 1. What is first step? We are supposed to do row subtraction. Identify the lowest value in each row and subtract the entire row from this particular one. So if you look at the first row, the lowest value happens to be 2. So can you please quickly tell me the answers now? How much we get after subtraction? What are the values we get in the row subtraction? Can you please tell me?
2, 1,
4,
4, 0, 5.
Okay. Coming to the second row. In the second row, if you look at, the lowest value happens to be 10. So the value will be 0, 2, 1, 4, and we have 6 here. Now coming to the third row, the lowest value happens to be 1. So after subtraction, we get 3, and this becomes 1, 0, and this becomes 4. And coming to the fourth row, in the fourth row, the lowest value happens to be 6. Therefore, after subtraction, 2, and we get 1, 0, and 0. And finally, in the last row, since all the values are 0, obviously we get the same values. So we have got. Now the first step is successfully done. Now we'll move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is column subtraction. Since you can see that there's 0 in each column, I think step number 2 will not change it. The same values will be retained because every column has got a 0. When you're subtracting the entire row, that particular value, obviously you will not have any differences here. This value can be retained. Okay, now we'll move on to step number 3 directly, which is called as the test of optimality. Can anybody please tell me how many lines are required to cover all the zeros of this particular problem? How many lines are required? How many lines are required to cover all the zeros? 4. Okay. As I already said, always consider a row or column having maximum zeros. Allinda shuru ಮಾಡಿ. You can see that since the last row has got 5 zeros, I can take this as first line. So line number 1. Okay. Next year, which is the next one we can take?
Fourth column.
Please be a bit louder. Which column?
Fourth column.
Fourth column. Okay. Since there are 2 zeros over there. Okay. Fourth column. Yes. Then. The next line. Fourth row. Again, since there are 2 zeros over here, we can take fourth row as well. Then
second row.
First.
Yeah, we can take second row. Okay. Now you can see that the number of lines with which we are able to cover all the zeros are only 4. So what does it mean? The value of capital N is equals to 4 and the value of small n is equals to 5. Thus implies the solution is not optimal. The solution is not optimal. So whenever the solution is not optimal, we are supposed to convert it to optimal solution. So you all remember the 4 steps. Which are the 4 steps here? Step number 1, identify the smallest uncovered element. Subtract all the uncovered element from the smallest value. Add the smallest uncovered element to the point where there is a point of intersection. And the 4th step, the remaining covered element remains as it is. So these are the 4 steps you are supposed to follow whenever you come across a non or unoptimal or not optimal solution, or it's a process of converting not optimal to optimal. Okay, so let me start doing all the 4 calculations now here. Okay, let's start here. Can you please tell me which is the smallest uncovered element in this entire matrix?
1.
1. Very good. So 1 is the smallest uncovered element. So let's do the calculation. I'm doing the calculations column wise. Let me start with the first column. So what will be the value now?
1, sir.
1. Okay. Then second value will become 0. No changes. The third value will become 2. The fourth value will remain same, and the fifth also will remain same. Okay. Now we'll move on to the second column. In the second column, the first value will become 0. The second value will remain as it is. The third value will become 1. The fourth value is again same, and the fifth also remains same. Now coming to the third column, the first value becomes 3. The second value remains same. The third column again, the third value becomes 0. The fourth remains same, and fifth also remains same. Now coming to the fourth column, the first value remains same. Now since the 4 happens to be in the point of intersection, the value has to be added here. So this becomes 5. Again this becomes same, no changes. Again 3 is the point of intersection, therefore it becomes 4. And again 0 is the point of intersection, so it becomes 1. Alright, so now we'll come back to the last column. In the last column the values are, this is 4 and this remains same, and this becomes 3, this becomes 0, and this is 0 again. Okay, now we have got a new matrix after converting all these values. Okay, now again same step, we have to check the condition of optimality. Can you now tell me how many lines are required? still we are able to draw 4 lines, or it's already improvised? How many lines are required now? Please check and tell me. How many lines we are able to cover all the zeros now?
Four, sir.
4. Okay, good. So which is the first line I can think of here? I think we can take again
Fifth
the
row.
last
Last row.
So this is the first one I can take. And then can you tell me which is the next
Third
line?
column.
Sorry?
Fourth column, sir.
Fourth column. Okay. Yeah, 2 zeros are there. Okay, great. Then
Third and first column.
third and first column. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು. There is one more 0 over here, right? Again ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Check ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ. Please check it again. Is it possible to draw 4 lines or 5 is required?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
It's 5.
Don't be in a hurry.
Five.
Don't be in a hurry. Please check from all possibilities, because this is the most important step. If you draw the lines wrongly, then the whole thing is gone. It will rocket science and illa. Just you need to have some patience and step. That's all. Check from all possibility. Just see all permutations, combinations here. Which way you can draw a line. I think you'll crack it. I think you require 5 lines. It's not possible to draw 4 lines now, because I think at least in one of the row or column, a 0 will be left. Okay, you all agree? I think it will be 5 lines only, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It's 5.
Yes, sir.
It has to be 5 lines, because it's not possible to draw less than 5. So we can directly take n is equals to 5 and n is equals to 5. Therefore, it is optimal solution. It is optimal solution. So now let's go to the final step, which is about allocation. So jobs are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the machines are A, B, C, E, and D. Okay. So I'm supposed to write down the final matrix as it is 1, 0, 2, 2, 0. This is 0, 2, 1, 1, 0, and third column is 3, 1, 0, 0, 0, and the fourth column is 0, 5, 0, 4, 1, and the last column is 4, 6, 3, 0, and 0. Okay. Yeah. Now can you please tell me what is the rule of allocation? How are we supposed to start with the allocations now? What does the rule says?
Start from
Select a row with 1 0, sir.
Very good. You should always start the allocation row wise, and you should select a row with single 0. Now can you please tell me which row has got single 0 here?
second row, sir.
I think the second row is
Second
the only
row.
row with single 0. All right. So we are supposed to start from here. This is the only single 0. I've told you, whenever you are selecting any 0, then you should see are there any zeros in that particular column. You can see in the column A, there is one more 0 here, which has to be blocked, indicating that now the machine A cannot be given to any other person. Only one person should be aligned with this job. That's an indication of blocking the other zeros in that particular column. Okay. Now, do we have any single zeros now in the question? Are there any single zeros in the problem?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I think now we have come across to the case 2 condition now. If at all there are no single zeros left in the problem, then what are we supposed to do? How do we proceed with the question?
Sir, select row with 2 0.
Find highest correspondent value.
No. Before that, there is one more step. What is that?
Select a row
Find
with
the
2 0.
Select the rows with 2 zeros. So single 0 illa admele next ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ? We are supposed to select the rows with 2 zeros. Now can you please tell me how many rows are there in this problem with exactly 2 zeros? I'm not supposed to take rows.
First, three,
with-
third row.
Sorry? Yeah, come
Three
again.
rows, sir.
Yeah, there are totally
First,
3
third,
rows
and fourth.
with 2 zeros. I cannot consider the last row because the last row has got 3 zeros. I cannot take it. Only the rows with 2 zeros have to be considered. Which are the 3 rows here? Row number 1 has got 2 zeros. Row number 3 has got 2 zeros. And again, the row number 4 has got 2 zeros. Only consider these lines. Now, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to write down the corresponding values of these zeros from the original matrix. Okay. Okay. Let's start with the first row. In the first row, the corresponding value for this 0 happens to be 3. The corresponding value of this 0 happens to be 2. Now let me come back to the third row. In the third row, the corresponding value of this 0 happens to be 2, and the corresponding value of this 0 happens to be 1. Okay, now let me go on to the fourth row. In the fourth row, again we have 2 zeros here. The corresponding value of this 0 happens to be 6, and the corresponding value of this 0 again happens to be 6. Now, once all the corresponding values are written, you are supposed to consider the highest corresponding value. Again, I think I've told you yesterday in the class, there could be a possibility that the highest corresponding value also might be a tie. I think we have the situation now here. You can see that in the fourth row, both the zeros have got the same corresponding value. Both are equal to 6, and 6 is the highest value. So both corresponding values highest same idre, aga we can select any 0 randomly. Either I can take this 0 or that 0. Yesterday, I think Harshad asked me a question in WhatsApp. Since it was very late, I couldn't reply. He asked me a question about, is it possible to get 2 different answers for the same assignment problem? Yes, it is possible whenever we come across a situation like this. I think few people might have taken this 0 and have done the problem. Would have got some answer. In ಕೆಲವರು ಈ 0 ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದಿರಬಹುದು. Let's say with this 0 we have got, I'm just giving a hypothetical answer here, 20 ಬಂದಿದೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು. The other person who have taken this particular 0 and solved would have got 20, right? Both the answers are correct because you completely followed the conditions of assignment and got the answer. But the rule says whenever you are supposed to find the assignment cost shall always be minimum assignment cost. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ we call it as alternate ಅಥವಾ parallel assignment values ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Alternate or parallel assignment cost, whenever there is a possibility of having the highest corresponding value same, ಆಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎರಡು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ you have to do an extra step here. Suppose if you have solved this problem by taking this 0 into account, you have got some answer. You have to do one more step where by taking this 0, you actually have to solve again. Some cases with both the zeros, you might get the same answer. Again, that is also a possibility. Either taking this 0 or that 0, you might end up getting same answer. Illa andre, you are supposed to do the final allocation step twice. Idu yavaga applicable agutte andre only when the highest corresponding value happens to be same. Illa andre absolutely nothing to worry. Okay, have you all understood this step? Do you all understand about this particular rule, everyone?
Okay. Sir, can you repeat once?
Yeah, see, whenever you have the highest corresponding value also same, like what we have in this particular question, you might have to solve this problem twice, only at the last stage, not the entire problem. Only here we are supposed to find the answer. Otherwise, if you are first easy to assign, I will get some answer. When you completely solve the problem, you get some answer. Next step, start the allocation from this 0 and see if there are any changes. Okay? Check. That is the extra step you are supposed to do only when the highest corresponding value happens to be same. Is that clear, everyone?
Okay, sir.
Okay, now let me solve this problem. Can you please check the values? So highest corresponding value is 6. First, let me take this 6. If I'm considering this particular value, I hope you all remember all the zeros of that particular column has to be blocked. And not only that, even the corresponding row also has to be blocked. I hope you remember that. Corresponding value compare maadi, when you go for assignment, along with the column, even the row zeros also have to be blocked. This is an important step. So therefore, in the fourth row also, I'm supposed to block this value. Now, automatically, you can see that there could be a lot of rows and columns with single zeros. A single 0, can you tell me where is the single 0 now?
Third row.
There is a single 0 in the third row. Sorry, third row in that. So if I'm taking this, then I'm supposed to block all that particular column. Andre e particular 0 block. Okay? Yeah. Now can you see any single zeros there?
First row.
Yeah, you can see there is a single 0 in the first row. First row only single 0 in that. So if I'm considering there, then I'm supposed to block this value. Okay? Any other single 0 now?
Last row, 5th.
Last row. So last row you can see there is a single 0, and of course there is nothing to block. I think now we are completed with the assignment. Can you please check whether assignment is correct? How do you verify whether the assignment is correct or not? By seeing whether all the rows and columns have at least one allocation, at least at most one allocation. So one allocation prati row and column alli irlebeku. You should have it, and then we can say that our allocation is correct. Do you see all the rows and columns having an allocation? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think now we have done with the assignment. Let's calculate the cost. So first calculate money. So job versus machine. Okay. So first job is given to person B. Machine B. And second job is given to machine A. And the third job is given to machine D. And the fourth job is given to machine C. And the fifth job is given to machine D. Okay. So these are the 5 values over there. So can you please tell me the cost quickly now? 1 to B, what is the cost? 3.
3, sir.
Yeah.
10.
2 to A, 10. 3 to D.
1.
And is for the 6. And 5 to E is 0.
0.
Okay. Add everything, how much to get? 10,
20.
13, 14, 20. So 20 rupees becomes your minimum assignment cost. The only extra step that we have done in this problem is balancing the problem. Adin bitre all other steps are exactly same as the previous method. So you might get a question in the exam for unbalanced problem as well. So no other things to be done. Just balance the problem and proceed further. Okay. Quick can you please take the other 0 and tell me, are you getting the same answer? Anyone can you please try that? I'll just give you 2 minutes time. But you just take this matrix. E0 badlo, you start the allocation with this 0 and just see whether you are getting the same answer.
It's 20, sir. It's the same answer.
Same answer. That's what I said. There could be a possibility of getting different answer. There is a maximum possibility of getting the same answer. Eradu possibility ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. 95% cases ಅಲ್ಲಿ you'll get same answer, but again it depends on the structure of the problem. Sometime it might vary. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ to be on safer side, we'll verify both the possibility. You all understood? You all got the point here? Because in the examination, the tendency of the examiners will be always to look at the final answer and do the corrections. Okay? So you should not miss your mark just because your final answer is not matching. Adike, to be on safer side, whenever you have such corresponding values same, avag matra you please verify this. Adake, so that you'll be double sure. Then you can, aramse you can come to conclusion that my problem is correct, nothing to worry. Okay? Have you all understood this step? Any doubts? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Okay. I think we have completed with the unbalanced also. So now we'll move on to the next method, which is called as maximization case problem. Okay. So there are 2 last methods left in this chapter. One is the maximization case and other one is called as traveling salesman. I think today I'll try to complete the maximization case problem, and Monday we can probably take with traveling salesman. Okay. Again, traveling salesman is a very important question. Usually they'll ask this question for 10 marks in the exam. Traveling salesman. I think the practical application of traveling salesman we see happening in most of the marketing companies as well, particularly when you are planning for scheduling the routes. When you want to deploy your sales people to different territories or different sales area, so usually they do traveling salesman. Not physically they'll take a paper and start solving the problem. There are different softwares available for it. They would be able to do that. And this is again something which is not done with smaller companies. The companies which are very large, which have territory across the country, they usually go for scheduling optimization technique or identifying the ideal route a traveling salesman should take to cover all the places with minimum possible cost. That is basically what the objective is. Anyway, I'm going to explain that concept in detail when I take up that question. So I'll move on to the next method, which is called as maximization case problem. I think I have told you about this in the previous class as well. This is exactly same as the maximization case of transportation problem. I think you all remember we solved a couple of problems on maximization case in transportation. Even in transportation, there never had any separate method or separate technique to solve the problems of maximization case. So all that we did was we converted a maximization case problem of transportation to minimization solve the problem. But finally, when we were calculating the cost, instead of taking the minimized value, we took actually the original value. That is the only difference that happened as far as maximization case is concerned. In the same way, even in assignment case also, there is no separate method or no separate technique to solve the problem for maximization case. So all that we are supposed to do here is, we are supposed to convert the maximization problem to minimization case problem, and then apply the Hungarian assignment method, which is the same method which we are talking about, solve the problem. But finally, when you're writing these values, I cannot take the reduced value, I should go back to the original. Only here the values will change, otherwise the entire procedure or the entire steps are exactly same as the problem. Okay, is that you all understood the logic behind this maximization case problem now, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So let me take one question and explain. I think you'll be clear with that. Again, I'm telling you very clearly, whenever you have any question in assignment or transportation, anyway, this is applicable to the case, please read the verbal sentences clearly. Tumba jana idan madala. The moment you look at a table or you look at a problem on assignment, people simply jump into conclusion and solve the problem without knowing what to be done. Yakandre, when maximization case problem is asked to you, the way the question looks is exactly same. There is absolutely no change. You should look out for that adjective called the maximum. Maximum on a word na, new question paper you should be able to search that, right? That clue will be there in the question paper. They would ask a question, find the maximum profit for the following assignment problem, find the maximum revenue. The word maximum, the adjective maximum is important. Adu nimge table alli iralla. It will be always there at the part of the sentence, right? In case if you don't have the habit of reading the entire question, and only if you directly look at the data, I think you will miss out this very important aspect. I've seen many people, without seeing that part of the question, they would have solved minimization case and come back without noticing, right? That will be a blender, because this is the easiest chapter that we can have in the exam. So I don't want anyone to lose marks on these simple chapters. Okay, so please read the entire question. The clue or the catch of this particular problem is the word maximum. Maximum jothe yen bekaru irli. Maximum sales, maximum revenue, maximum profit, maximum labor, maximum people. It can be anything. All that you are supposed to look out here is the word maximum. So the word maximum nimge ide antadre, then you can come to a conclusion that it is a maximization case problem and solve it. I'll just read this question for you so that you'll understand how the maximization case problem is structured. Okay, this is how it is given. Sorry?
Sir, if nothing is given, then we should consider
Nothing
it
is
as
given, then it is obviously minimization case. Yeah, very good question. In minimization case problem, they'll not specify anything. They'll simply ask you, find the assignment cost for the following thing, or solve the assignment problem. Ashte keltare. Maximization case problem alle specifically the word maximum will be there in the question. If nothing is given, then it is always by default minimization case problem. Okay. Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, great. Yeah, let me look at the question now. Let me just read the question for you, and then I'll take this problem on the board. The question goes like this. The owner of a small machine shop has 4 machines available to assign the job for the day. 5 jobs are offered with the expected profit for each machine on each job. By using the assignment model, find the assignment of machine to the job so that it will result in maximum profit. This is the word that you are supposed to look for. Final word by using the assignment method, find the assignment of machines to the job in such a way that it will result in maximum profit. Okay, so here we are able to see the word maximum profit or the word maximum, and therefore I can come to a conclusion that it is a maximization case problem. Illi nimge one very important factor I wanted to tell you. What is that important factor here? That is, sometime even in the maximization case problem, they might give you an unbalanced problem. Not necessary that the unbalanced problem should be there only for minimization case. Even in maximization case also, you might get an unbalanced problem. Yavaga nimge unbalanced problem baratte, what are we supposed to do? Please remember one thing very clearly. You should convert a maximization problem to minimization problem only after balancing the problem. ಇದನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ದೇ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ and then they balance it, which is completely wrong. You are supposed to first balance the problem. After balancing the problem, then it should be converted to minimization. You can please make a note somewhere. Idon kade note madikole. Please remember, in any maximization case problem, if at all it is an unbalanced problem, first balance the problem and then convert to minimization. Even transportation also same logic. Even in transportation also, if at all it is an unbalanced transportation problem, first you have to balance it and then convert it to minimization. The same logic applies in assignment as well. Am I clear?
Sir,
So one well and
sir,
yeah. Yes.
when balancing, sir, the row or the column will be zero, no, sir.
Correct, correct.
At that
Same
time,
logic.
yes, sir.
Houdu.
But when that zero cell will be allocated, sir, that should be multiplied by the original question.
I'll tell you.
Row.
I'm taking an unbalanced problem only now for explaining that concept. I'll explain that. I think you will understand by the end of the question. Okay?
Okay.
I'm taking an unbalanced problem only now so that you can understand how allocation should be made when for an unbalanced problem. I'm taking it. Okay? Yeah. Okay, let me take this question now. So there are totally 4 mechanics. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what the question says. And the 5 jobs are there. A, B, C, D, and okay. So the values are 62, 71, 87, and 48. And the second values are 78, 84, 92, and 64. And the third column is 50, 61, 111, and then we have 87. And the fourth column, 111, then 73, 71, 77. And the last column, 82, 59, 81, and 80. Okay. Now this is the question we have. I think it's very clear from the question that it is an unbalanced assignment problem because the number of rows is 4 and the number of columns is 5. Just now I've told you very clearly, even in maximization case problem, first it has to be balanced and then we should think of all other methods. Okay. The first step we are supposed to do here is balance the problem. So where am I supposed to introduce dummy here? Is it a dummy row or dummy column?
Dummy row.
Yeah, because you can see that there is a shortage in the row and therefore I'm supposed to introduce a dummy row, that is row number 5 with all the zeros. Because I don't want to make this easier. Let me write here only. Fifth row becomes your dummy 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Now you could see that the problem is balanced. The problem has become balanced because all the rows is equal to number of columns. So once the question is balanced, now we'll come to a very important activity, which is converting maximization problem into minimization. The reason why I'm doing here is because we don't have a separate method or a separate technique to deal with maximization case problems. So maximization problem solve ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ separate method or technique ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ we are converting it to minimization and then we apply the same technique. Okay? Yeah. If anybody remembers how we did a maximization to minimization in transportation, can you just tell me what was the step we followed there? Transportation.
You need to subtract with highest value, sir.
Very nice. You are supposed to identify the highest value in the entire matrix. Yavadu highest value irutte, from that highest value, every single value of the matrix has to be subtracted. By doing that, a new matrix is obtained, which is called as minimization matrix. Okay. Now can you please tell me, e problem which is the highest value?
111, sir.
Very good.
111.
111 is your highest value. So every element should be subtracted from 111 and a new matrix has to be written. Can you please tell me the new values now? I'm just writing the new matrix now. Which is the new matrix? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tell me the value, first value is
49.
minus 62. Heading. How much we get?
49, sir.
The first value, how much you get?
49.
Okay, 49, good. Second value?
33. 33.
Okay,
61.
61, 0,
29.
sorry,
29.
29. Okay, good. Second row, Eliga.
40.
Okay,
27.
okay,
50.
okay,
38.
okay.
52.
Very good. Third row,
24.
24,
19.
19,
0.
okay,
40.
40,
30.
okay. Fourth row,
63.
okay,
47.
okay,
24.
okay,
34.
okay,
31.
okay. So obviously all this value will become 111. Right? Because since you're subtracting 0 from 0, obviously you get 1. Okay. Now this is the value, or this is the matrix which can be called as minimization case convertile. Now the procedure is exactly same as the previous method. In any changes in the, as usual we keep solving now. As usual the first step in the first step is row subtraction. We're supposed to take the minimum value in each row and subtract the entire row from that value. I think the first row the minimum value happens to be 0. Therefore there is no change. Other it becomes the same. 49, 33, 61, 0 and 29. Coming to the second row. Second row, which is the minimum value?
27.
27.
Subtracting how much we get? So we'll get 13. So
13.
we'll get 4. And this will become how much? 23. And this will become 11. And this will become how much? 52 minus 27. How much we get?
25.
25.
Okay. Yeah, coming to the third row, I think again third row we have got 0, so no changes. So 24, 19, 0, 40 and 30. Okay. So coming to the fourth row, in the fourth row the minimum value is how much? 24.
24.
Yeah. So can you please tell me the values of how much you get? This will
39.
be 39. Okay. Second value.
23.
Third value becomes 0, fourth value becomes 10, and the fifth value becomes 7. I think in the last column row, everything is same. Another 11 happens to be the minimum value. So that in the subtract matrix, we get all the values as 0. Okay. Now we have compared the values of row subtraction. Now we'll come back to the step number 2, which is called as column subtraction. Incidentally, in each column we have got 0. Agagi the values will remain same, no changes. Agagi I don't have to write down again the same matrix. I think already step number 2 is solved now because every column has got single 0 change agala.
Sir,
Okay, now let me go to the test for optimality. Now can you please tell me? Heli madam.
B column alli fourth row. The 23.
ಯಾವುದು B column ಅಲ್ಲಿ
13 ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. Sir.
This value you are talking about that
47, sir. That is.
sorry.
Sir, row subtraction ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
Which where is the mistake in this matrix or here?
Sir, in row subtraction table, sir.
Row subtraction,
Fourth row.
sir,
Second.
39,
Fourth row,
20.
second one.
Fourth row, second value is that?
Next to 39, sir. It's 23, sir.
It is 23. Is it fine now? Yeah. Okay, now can you please check the condition of optimality and tell me the answers? How many lines are required to cover all the zeros now?
4.
Okay, so 4 lines are possible. Okay, great. I think the first line, obviously, we can take the one which is having the maximum 0. So this will be your first line. The next line, can you tell me which is the next line?
Third column.
Third column. Since we have 2 zeros here, third column. Then
First row.
next, first row. Okay. First row. Okay. Then
Second row.
second row. Yeah, I think with 4 lines, we are able to cover all the zeros. So n is equals to 4 and n is equals to 5. Therefore, it is not optimal solution. Okay. So as usual, we are supposed to continue the problem till it becomes optimal. Okay. Can you please tell me which is the smallest uncovered element here in the matrix? Smallest uncovered element. I think the smallest uncovered element is 7. Correct? 7 is the smallest uncovered element. Okay, can you please quickly tell me the calculations now? I'll take it from the first column onwards. So this becomes 49. And how about this? 13 minus 7 is for that. It becomes 6. And this 24 minus 7 becomes how much? 24, 7 becomes 17. 17 for the yeah. And then 39 minus 7 is 32. And 0 remains as it is. We'll come to the second second column. 33 lies on the point of intersection. So it becomes addition. It becomes 40. So the remaining values remain same. The last value will change because again it's a point of intersection. This becomes 7. Now coming to the third column, again 61 lies on the point of intersection. So 61 plus 7 becomes 68. Then the 3 values will remain as it is. Again, the last value point of intersection is there, so it becomes 7. Now coming to the fourth column, the first value will remain same. The second value 11 minus 7 is 4, 40 minus 7 is 33, and 10 minus 7 is 3. And this 0 remains as it is. And the last column, the 29 remains as it is. 25 minus 7, it becomes 18. 30 minus 7 is 23. 7 minus 7 is 0. And 0 will remain as it is. Now this is the new matrix what we've got. Okay, can you please tell me how many lines are required now to cover all the zeros? Checking the condition of optimality now. How many lines are required now? Please look at the board and tell me quickly.
4, sir.
Again 4. Okay, which are the 4 lines? Please tell me. I think we can start with the last row because there are 3 zeros here. Okay, and then tell me.
Third column.
Third column to over, yeah, because there are 2 zeros.
So 5, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How it was 4 anta adike I have told you to add draw. Yeah, I think even in now the question is already optimized and we are not able to draw less than 5 lines now. Can you all agree with that?
Yes, sir.
I think
sir.
it is not possible, but anyway, nothing to worry. You please see from all possibility. Ille tumba important. Please don't be in a hurry in this stage. Ille small mistake madidre, you will get an answer. I'm not saying that you will not get an answer. You will definitely get an answer, but that will not be possibly the right answer. Adike ನೀವು lines draw ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ you should be extremely patient. You have to look at all possibilities and then take a call. Don't try to jump into conclusion very quickly. That is what my appeal to the class. Okay, I think anyway now it is optimal. So let me directly go for the allocation with the same matrix because I don't have the space to again write the values. I'm just taking the same matrix because it is really optimal. Okay. I'm taking this again. But new example always try to present the value in the new table and write because the assignment has to be really short. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean 5 jobs, and these are the 5 missions. Okay. Yeah. So let's start with the allocation. So what does the rule of allocation says? Always select a row with single zero. Same procedure. So your row only single zero is there. How many rows has got single zero here?
First row,
Second row and first row.
First, second, third row only single zeros is there. So you can select anyone randomly. You can take anyone. So I will start with the first row itself. The first row only single zero is there. If I'm taking this, all the zeros of that particular block ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Now I think I can go to the second row. ಇಲ್ಲಿ single zero is there. If I'm taking this, obviously there is no other zero, so nothing to worry. Now the next single zero happens to be in the third row. Third row ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. So ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ now I have to block all the zeros in that particular column. Henceforth this is blocked. And then the next single zero happens to be here in the fourth row. So ಇದನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ then obviously this will be blocked. And finally I have the last zero here. So this becomes my value. So now I've done the allocation part. You could see that 1 has D, 2 to B, 3 to C, 4 to E, and 5 to A. So this is the value. Okay, illivarge it is exactly same as the previous method. But wow, when you are solving the maximization case problem, ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? That is a question here. Okay, so I'm just writing here. I want everyone to please look at the board carefully. Okay, so let's just me write here. Okay, I'm writing here. So the allocations are obviously 1 to D, 2 to B, 3 to C, 4 to E, and 5 to A. This is what the order we have got. When I'm taking 1 to D, I'm not supposed to take this matrix, device matrix. I'm supposed to go to the original value. This is the original value. And when I'm saying original value, you should always take the original value after balancing. And in dummy row or dummy column introduce after introducing the dummy row or dummy column, whichever matrix you have, that is considered to be original values here. I think one person asked me a question before I started solving this problem. What are we supposed to do with dummy? Dummy will become a part of the problem. Yakandre, the assignment becomes solvable only after balancing it. So therefore, whatever new matrix I get after balancing it, that shall be considered as the original value. Illen extra in barala zero on the extra column athwa row add agirutte ashtu bitre all other value will remain same. There is no change with that. Are you understanding now? So you should take the matrix after balancing. Balancing admele in matrix idiyala, that is before converting into minimization. That you please remember. Okay, so we are not supposed to take minimization matrix here. We should take the original matrix but after balancing. So after balancing obviously this is the matrix after balancing. From this matrix these values have to be noted. Okay, that is the only difference that happens in maximization case problem. Okay, can you please tell me 1 to D, what is the value? Answer iga. Please tell me the answers quickly.
111, sir.
111. Okay, 2 to B.
84.
84. 3 to C.
111.
Okay. 4 to E.
80.
80. And 5 to A.
0.
Okay. So can you please add this and tell me the answer? How much you get?
386.
386.
86.
Okay. 386 happens to be your maximum profit. Since the question is asked about the maximum profit for this question is 386 rupees. So this is the only way that we do as far as maximization case problem is concerned. So let me quickly recap the whole problem here. So before we wind up the class, first point in under, you should always look out for the statement that is given along with the question. Very matrix node in you call tagobedi. Please read the sentences before the matrix. That's very important. Okay. And if at all you come across the word maximum in any form, maximum profit, maximum sales, maximum revenue, whatever it is. Okay. The word maximum is the catch. If that keyword is there in the question, then you can conclude that it's a maximization case problem. That is first point. Second point, suppose if the problem happens to be an unbalanced problem. One way to unbalanced agidre, you should first convert unbalanced to balanced problem. Okay, first you should always balance the question. Only after converting it to a balanced assignment problem, then you should convert it to minimization. So you should not convert to minimization before balancing it. Direct agi ನೀವು unbalanced na ನೀವು convert ಮಾಡೋ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. First you have to make it balanced and then convert maximization to minimization. So how do we convert to minimization? Very simple. Identify the highest value in the entire matrix and subtract each and every value from that highest value. So the resulting matrix is called as minimization problem. So for that minimization problem, the regular Hungarian assignment method is applied. Everything is same till here. Only in the last step, when you are writing the cost or value in baritira, avaga we should write not the reduced value, but we should take the original values. So original values under artha enille, the table that we have obtained after balancing it. So balance admele en table barattala, that is called as, we call it here as original value. Okay, and again there could be a question with directly balanced problem kodabodu. They might give a question which is already balanced, has nothing to worry. If it is unbalanced kotra, balanced problem togolbeku. Okay, so this is how we solve the problems in maximization case. Any questions or any doubts? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay, I think it's clear to all of you now. I think we have completed all the methods of assignment. Only the last method is left out, which is called as traveling salesman problem, which I will take it up on Monday. Okay, I think Monday we'll try to finish that method. And from Tuesday, we will start with a new chapter within module 5, which is sequencing problems. Okay, and I hope you all remember today is the last date for submitting the assignment questions of transportation. I hope everybody has completed the assignment. By today night, I think you should be submitting. After that, the link will be disabled and you'll not be able to upload your assignment. So please don't wait till the last minute. You can complete it and submit as and when it is finished. But anyway, today is the last date for doing it. And today I will be posting some questions on assignment in the WhatsApp group. You can start practicing it. Again, the next Saturday will be the last date for submitting the assignments of assignment problem. Okay, I'll be giving 1 week time, not many problems, maybe 2-3 problems in each method. I think it should not be taking more than an hour or 2 to solve the problem. So you can parallelly do it whenever it is finished and then submit in the next week. Okay, yeah. And before I wind up the class for the day, I want a quick discussion about the next week program. I think placement department is planning for some webinar or something like that, I was told, for almost 15 days, right? Is it going to start from Monday? Am I right?
Yes, sir.